How are you guys doing? It is Tuesday, October 20th, 2020, out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, I'm going to take you through yesterday's matchups from Monday, October 19th. And of course, I'll help you look forward to what's going to go down today on Tuesday, October 20th. But going into yesterday's game, starting off with yesterday's first Monday night football game, or I guess the Monday afternoon football game. The Buffalo Bills hosted the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning Super Bowl champs, and the Chiefs would end up winning 26-17. They were able to score every quarter to try to help them get this win. And the Buffalo Bills were pretty much staying in it for the entire game, but the Chiefs were too strong. For the Bills, their quarterback Josh Allen would throw for 122 yards, throwing for 2 touchdowns and a pick. He also had 42 yards on the ground, giving him 164 total yards of offense on the day. Stephon Diggs would be their leading receiver. He had 46 yards on 6 receptions and a touchdown. Cole Beasley also ended up with a touchdown on the day, and then Josh Norman would recover a fumble. Tremaine Edmonds, the Buffalo Bills elite linebacker, would lead the team in tackles, lead the game in tackles. He had 12 tackles on the day. And then looking at to how the rest of their team fared, just a big win overall. In addition to the fumble recovery, Josh Norman was able to record a tackle as well. For the Kansas City Chiefs, their elite starting quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, would complete 21 of his 26 passes for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also had 36 yards on the ground to give him a total of, 61 total yards of total offense. Clyde Edwards-Helaire would be the leading rusher on the day. He had 161 yards on 26 carries. He also had 8 yards on 4 receptions to give him 169 total yards on the day. And then looking at how their receiving core did, their wide receiver DeMarcus Robinson would lead the team in receiving yards. He had 5 receptions for 69 yards. Their elite tight end Travis Kelce would finish with 65 yards on 5 receptions as he finished with 2 touchdowns. And then their elite wide receiver Tyreek Hill would finish with 20 yards on 3 receptions. On the defensive side of the ball, Damian Wilson would finish with 7 tackles on the day. He led the team in tackles. They were not able to get a sack, as the Buffalo Bills were only able to get 1 sack from Mario Addison. But with this win from the Kansas City Chiefs, the Chiefs are now officially 5-1 on the season, as the Buffalo Bills dropped to 4-2. Both teams came into this game with a 4-1 record. And then jumping to the later game, the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, hosted the Arizona Cardinals, led by Kyler Murray. And the Cardinals were able to get a 38-10 win, a big one over the Cowboys. For the Cowboys, their quarterback Andy Dalton would throw for 266 yards for a touchdown and an interception, or 2 interceptions on the day. Their elite running back Ezekiel Elliott would run for 49 yards on 12 carries. Through the air, Amari Cooper would be their leading receiver. He had 79 yards and 7 receptions and a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott also had 31 yards through the air on 8 receptions to effectively give him 80 yards on the day. And Zeke would lose 2 fumbles as well on the day. Jalen Smith would be the Cowboys' leading tackler. He had 10 tackles on the day, one of them being for loss. Anthony Brown finished with 3 tackles, one of them being a sack on the day, the only sack of the day for the Cowboys. Looking out to how the Arizona Cardinals fared, their quarterback, reigning NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, Kyler Murray, would complete 9 of his 24 passes for 188 yards, throwing 2 touchdowns. Their leading rusher on the ground would be Kenyon Drake from Alabama. He had 164 yards on 20 carries and 2 touchdowns. Through the air, Christian Kirk would finish with 86 yards on 2 receptions. Both of his receptions were touchdowns. I don't know if you can really get any better than that. Their elite wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, would finish with 73 yards on 2 receptions. And their future Hall of Fame wide receiver, Larry Fitzgerald, would end up with 22 yards on 3 receptions for the day. On the defensive side of the ball, Jordan Hicks would lead their team in tackles. He had 10 tackles on the day, 2 for loss. Their elite cornerback, Patrick Peterson, would finish with 8 total tackles on the day. Their defensive lineman, Hassan Reddick, would finish with 5 tackles, 2 of them being for loss. Their safety, Budda Baker, would finish with 7 tackles, 1 of them being a sack. And then through the air, Budda Baker would also log an interception for the day, as Drake Kirkpatrick was also there to get it done. And with this win, the Arizona Cardinals right now they are 4-2 on the season, as the Dallas Cowboys are now 2-4. Right now, looking out to how the NFL season is going to progress. Their next game won't be until Thursday, October 22nd, and that'll be between the 1-5 New York Giants and the 1-4-1 Philadelphia Eagles. And looking out to how the standings are looking following yesterday's games, finishing off Week 6. Starting off in the NFC, let's start in the West. The Seattle Seahawks are the only team in the NFC with an undefeated record. They are 5-0 so far. In second place, you have the Arizona Cardinals sitting at 4-2 with the same record as the Los Angeles Rams. And sitting in last are the San Francisco 49ers sitting at 3-3 so far. Jumping to the NFC South, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the best record in that division with a 4-2 record. Coming in second are the 3-2 New Orleans Saints. In third are the 3-3 Carolina Panthers. And in fourth are the 1-5 Atlanta Falcons, who just earned their first win this past week. In the NFC North, the Chicago Bears now have the best record in that division with a 5-1 record. The Green Bay Packers are coming in second with a 4-1 record. The Detroit Lions are third, sitting at 2-3, and the Minnesota Vikings are sitting at the bottom of that division at 1-5. And then in the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys, after their loss to the Arizona Cardinals just now are sitting with a 2-4 record on the season. The Philadelphia Eagles are second with a 1-4-1 record, and then tied for last, but I guess third is going to go to the New York Giants, who are officially 1-5, and the Washington football team is now sitting with the worst record in the NFC East. The Giants hadn't won a game until today, and as of right now, they are not in the very last spot in the NFC East. Looking out to the AFC, starting off in the West, the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, are still sitting at 5-1. They're now 5-1, I'm sorry, after their win against the Buffalo Bills just tonight. The Las Vegas Raiders are now 3-2, sitting at second in the AFC West. Sitting in third are the 2-3 Denver Broncos, and sitting in last are the 1-4 Los Angeles Chargers, led by Justin Herbert. In the AFC South, the Tennessee Titans have an undefeated record, and they're sitting at the top of their division. Coming in second are the 4-2 Indianapolis Colts. In third are the Houston Texans, sitting at 1-5 following their loss to Tennessee. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars are sitting in last place with a 1-5 record as well, along with the Houston Texans. In the AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the third and final team who is still undefeated. As of right now, they're 5-0. In second place, you have the 5-1 Baltimore Ravens. Their only loss coming against the Chiefs this year. Coming in third are the 4-2 Cleveland Browns. That's what I said. In third place, the 4-2 Browns, and sitting in last place are the 1-4-1 Cincinnati Bengals, led by their number one overall pick. In the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills have the best record in that division, sitting at 4-2. The Dolphins are sitting at second with a 3-3 record. The Patriots are third, sitting at 2-3, and the New York Jets are sitting in last with an 0-6 record. They are the only team in the NFL who has not won a football game this season up to date, and that's right now it's October 20th. And the season began around my birthday, September 10th. With that said, I'm going to jump directly into soccer because there's a lot of good soccer to be played. Not much going on yesterday, but today is the first round of the group stage for the Champions League. Really, really big matchups to look forward to today. I'm going down the lineup at 12:55. Dynamo Kiev is going to take on Juventus. Cristiano Ronaldo is out with coronavirus, but Juventus is still an incredibly strong side. Zenit St. Petersburg at the same time is going to take on Club Brugge. St. Petersburg from Russia and Club Brugge in Belgium. Looking at the 3 o'clock games, PSG is going to take on Manchester United in what I think is going to be the game of the day. Of course, Kylian Mbappe, Neymar, and the Champions League runner-ups from 2020 are going to face off against Man U, a revitalized side that looks like they might take over the Premier League. Additionally, FC Barcelona is going to take on Ferencváros. Chelsea is going to take on Sevilla, the reigning Europa League champs. Lazio is going to take on Borussia Dortmund, taking on their young attacking side, and Lazio is a very strong side. I wouldn't count them out of this. I wouldn't be surprised if Lazio beat Borussia Dortmund because Lazio is at home. And RB Leipzig is going to take on Istanbul Başakşehir, and then Stade Rennes is going to take on Krasnodar. So I mean, those are the games at 3 o'clock that a lot of people are going to be looking forward to, and I, for one, am definitely very excited that Champions League is coming back. And last but not least, looking into the biggest game for today, it is game 1 of the World Series between the top seed in the American League, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the top seed of the National League, the Los Angeles Dodgers. The only two 40-win teams in the league this season are going to face off. Tyler Glasnow is going to get the start for the Tampa Bay Rays as the Los Angeles Dodgers goated pitcher Clayton Kershaw is going to make the start for them. This game's going to be on Fox. And of course, it's going to be a big one. Both teams have played a lot of incredible baseball to get here. And the way the series are set is going to be today and tomorrow. And they're going to take a break on Thursday. They're going to go 3 straight from Friday through Sunday. And then they're going to pick up Tuesday, Wednesday. But that's what the schedule's looking like. And that's what today's looking like. Today is Tuesday, August 20th, 2020 out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims. And once again, I want to thank you for listening to this 10-minute piece. I hope all is well and peace out.